Right now on this special episode of Full Custom Garage, Master Metalman Ian Rousell goes back in time.
We're gonna go traditional on this, or at least as traditional as I can muster.
Created in 2005, this film captures the rebirth of custom culture and features a classic build by Ian Rousell.
My favorite thing is that you can take something that people will recognize and just warp it into something that they don't recognize.
Also featuring a creative cast of characters.
I can just keep learning. That's why I hang out with Ian, because he's just a maniac when it comes to this metal work.
Plus the Burbank Choppers Car Club and many more.
It's like a time machine in a lot of ways.
Full Custom Garage presents Back from the Dead.
If this was 1955, the kids back then couldn't afford a $10,000 paint job just like we can't now, you know? We just primer it and we want to drive it, man. We just want to go out there and burn up the streets and hang out with our friends and pick up some girls or whatever, you know? It's hot rodding.
It's absolutely an affliction, you know? It's like drugs. It's absolutely like drugs. It's probably sometimes more expensive than drugs.
I think it's outside the law. I think it's above the law. It just got respect.
We did it kind of as a punk rock thing, you know, the attitude against the norm.
All this stuff is hand-built by the owner, and that's what kind of makes these cars stand out. I mean, they don't look like the $150,000 car. They're not supposed to.
They're raw, they're weird, they're crazy, they're scary.
The thing that I like most about these cars are that you don't have all the parts together. They're all around, they're leftover pieces from other projects. It's super low budget. It's more of a treasure hunt than anything. You have to scavenge around and just make something that's badass. The next project I want to do is a Model A. I want to build a roadster pickup. Call it a rat rod. It's a whole new trend. It's hot right now. Everybody wants one. So my intent is to dip into my own private parts stash, source out a few other pieces around town. I know a bunch of hideouts. People have stashes of parts, and we're gonna build this thing. I want to bring it to Las Vegas to sell. There's a show coming up at the end of March, which is dedicated mostly to this kind of custom culture, this new era of car customizers and people who live this lifestyle. The most important thing for me was to lay down the line of the car, and I want it to be utterly low. I want it to be so low it was almost undrivable, because I think that looks the best. So I just stepped the chassis way up in the back. The rear end, a lot of people run a buggy spring. I didn't have one, so I took these coil springs and made the chassis to fit that. The most important thing for me was to take all the pieces and get a rolling chassis and make it ready for all the body and the aesthetic parts. I guess for me, fabricating is just sculpting. That's all it is. An artist sculpts in clay or wood or whatever. I sculpt in metal.
How would you describe the spider car?
I built that car for Viva last year. If I was a cartoon character, I'd be a supervillain, and that would be my car. I think some people might have a problem with it because it's not traditional. It's made of all old parts, but it doesn't fit the mold. It's not what a guy would drive in 1955 in high school.
My name is Bill Wishart. I'm an auto tech teacher here at Fremont High School in Sunnyvale, California. So take a look, guys. 2 weeks for the dually deadline, all right? That thing's got to tow a trailer to Vegas in 2 weeks. Okay. There. There, happy?
The thing about Bill Wishart is he's a no-nonsense guy. I mean, he has very high standards about how you will behave, how you will act as a student in his class, and also what you're expected to do.
And Brian, you ready? Ready? Yeah, he gets his own category here. Okay, so you get to wire the whole front of the truck. You guys ready? Yeah. All right, let's do it. Got in an accident over the summer and the work truck got smashed, so I've been out of a truck. So the kids, you know, have been able to put this whole truck back together, and it's going to Las Vegas in a couple weeks. We're having a big car show and band event called Viva Las Vegas. You know, they have enough pride that, you know, if I give them a project like this Chevy truck that we're building, you know, they'll be stoked if it made it clear to Las Vegas and back, you know, because they made it happen.
That's probably what started it, just this class. If I didn't have this class, I wouldn't be in the cars. I wouldn't be this far. I wouldn't have this car. This is a 1954 Chevy, 210 sedan, and when I bought it off my friend for $800, brought it here and basically tore the whole thing apart, put the engine in, new rear axle, new tires, just basically the whole thing. I was sitting in some guy's backyard for like 20 years. I'm hoping to take it to Vegas. I don't know if it can make it.
A lot of the guys you see striped, they draw it out, then they stripe it, you know, so I'm not really into doing anything twice. I want to do it once and I want to get paid for it. If I do it twice, I want to get paid for it twice. I'm really into being fast and symmetrical. My dad striped when he was a kid. My mom was an artist, and you know, kind of taught myself. And I finally met a guy that did it for a living, and he pointed me the way, showed me how to load my brush properly and stuff like that. And it was like overnight, everything changed. I think I'm done. I'm just, you know, I've got to meet all these other people that know how to do everything else, that, you know, so I can just keep learning, you know. That's why I hang out with Ian, because he sees stuff that I don't see, because he's an artist like no other. I mean, he's just a maniac when it comes to this metal work.
Set up a couple of these gussets. We're gonna run it along the entire length of the arm here. The most important thing to me right now is to make sure that these things don't break. A lot of them have been sitting around for 30, 40, 50 years, not being used. I don't know how strong they are. My first idea was to make sure they were strong. As soon as I did that, I realized it has to look good. And I want it to look good and old, like it might have happened back in the day. I hope somebody with a lot of money really likes it. It's a fine pair of headers. I'm gonna ruin them by cutting them apart and putting some silly contraption on that I create. I'm gonna keep these till I'm dead. I'm gonna keep these till I'm all done. So Maybe I'll put a little bit of me into this and hopefully it'll stay there. Whoever wants the car can just unbolt them, but I don't think anyone that's traditional would really love what's going on here right now. I think they'd be a little bit upset. Friend Scratch came over and painted my bus. I want to check out what he did. I know what this is gonna cost. It looks great. You said do what you want, but I didn't really mean that.
I just figured, you know, the front end, you know, has all the striping on it, and the back didn't have anything, so I don't know. I'm really into a traditional vehicle, you know, like find a period and just form the car around it, you know, have like a 5-year margin. This is kind of my pride right now. I know you can't tell, but it's going to be a car that was actually a painting of Keith Wiesner.
You're asking me if my art's influenced by what I see here or the other way around, and it's both. It kind of just keeps going. Like I'll see something and it'll turn me on, and I'll go home and do a drawing of something like it, but it won't really be the same thing. And somebody else will see that and they go, wow, that's neat, I'll build a car like that. And they take it a step further, and then it just keeps getting translated back and forth.
So it's a 26T, tall T. I chopped it 12 inches, shortened it 4.5, and put a Model A cowl on it. You'll look up over the top of it when you drive it like a monster would. It'll be a car called Cherry Pie.
This is my booth of wares here, and I got all my posters and shirts and stuff that we sell. Well, when I was a little kid, my dad had all these old Rod and Customs and different magazines, and that's what I used to look at when I was a little kid, even though it was the 70s. You know, I wasn't that into all the stuff that was going on in the 70s because I was at home looking at all these 50s Rod and Customs and stuff. This is my 50 Ford. It's a sedan and it's chopped. It looks a little more like a coupe now. Roof was shortened up a little. It has a 50 Mercury style grill opening. Grill bar made from 51 Ford grill components. I've had this since I was in high school. Just been working on it ever since. It's just kind of a long-term project. When I built my first custom car, I got the car going, it was pretty much done, and I didn't know what to expect. Drove it down to Paso Robles, and I was surprised to see that there were other people out there doing the same thing that I was. And that's how I found the Road Zombies, was, you know, I noticed their cars, they were, you know, very similarly built to mine, and, you know, just kind of started talking to them, and, you know, they were cool. They invited me to park with them at Paso. We've got about, I would say, 17 current club members with two prospects going on right now. One of the prospects right now is a fellow named Steve Cavallero.
It's a great lifestyle, and it's a great hobby for me, and I'm stoked that I got into it, and I've met a lot of cool people, and it's actually the hot rod stuff has really got me more into art, so I'm starting to do a lot of more painting, and I just love the creative side of all these guys and what they've done.
I really love this idea of just spot welding, make it look more like rivets, though. I'm going to do all the arms like that, just about an inch apart, just big, nasty welds that look like rivets. Big rivets makes me think of tanks, planes, military stuff, super industrial, so I'm going to make it look that way. That wraps it up. I think it looks really cool. I want to see it on the ground at ride height. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this man is about to desecrate a fantastic bit of Americana. That I tend to get carried away cartoony. That's a little bit out there, but I think it's okay. Okay. It's a 302, it's a small block Ford motor. I don't know where it came from, but it's all rebuilt and new. Yeah, this should make the car go at least 700 miles an hour. All I want to do is make this car and go to Vegas. My whole life right now revolves around this deadline. It has to be done.
Our whole goal as a car club is all of our cars, you know, we just want them to be dead nuts on, you know, as far as they want to be, it wants to be a time machine. None of these cars are by accident, you know, and I think it's all by design. I immerse myself in it. I'm sitting reading catalogs from the 60s all day, you know, I'm just, and magazines, and you just fill your brain with it, you know, and then ultimately it's a no-brainer because you think, what am I going to do about valve covers on this? And you go, I've got this idea in my head, I've seen this, it's real neat, you know, drag guys were doing it. That's the same for everybody in this club. Vern, if he's building a 40 style Lakes car.
It's what I was looking for years. I wanted a 34 3-window that I could hot rod, that I could chop, I could do, turn it into a hot rod. These are Edmunds heads, high compression heads from late 40s, early 50s. Beehive oil cleaner, an old hot rod accessory item. These are electro-line headlights, pretty rare headlights there I found at a swap meet. I got gauges on the firewall. It's got 4 chrome Strombergs, sharp intake. This is a deck lid I had louvered by Eric Vaughn. There's a lot of people, old timers, that, you know, that's who I value their opinion of. You know, a guy look at the car and go, wow, that looks like it was on the lakes back in '47.
This is my 1932 Ford 5-window coupe. Had it since 1988.
I guess it was rebellious, but at the time I was just doing what I wanted to do. I chopped the car and it was all rough welds. The paint was all melted off of it. It didn't have any windshield or anything in it. And I drove it to Bob's, and I mean, I attracted more attention than any car there. But most of it was like, wow, you really wrecked this car. And a lot of people probably had never seen a car in the process of being chopped. And that, you know, it was, you know, sure, I did take a, you know, really pristine 32 Ford and chopped it, but I mean, you know, when I got the car, there was no question that's what I was going to do to it.
It has a 54 Buick nailhead motor with a 37 Buick trans and a 39 Columbia rear end, a 2-speed rear end. It has a narrowed 44 dash, a 16-inch Ford wheels. It's chopped 4 inches.
I guess what got me involved, you know, I started looking at old photos like from the 40s, late 40s and early 50s. You know, even though it probably wasn't back then, it just seemed so mysterious and romantic and, you know, so cool.
Look at these boots, man. These are some working ass toes. And I think they're about ready to retire, so we're gonna do the ritual toe extraction. Everybody thinks that that's part of the boot, but really, if you just grip it just right, it's kind of like pulling a tooth. Look at that thing. It's ripe and ready to go. Just clip that on there. There it is. Look at that thing, man. We can use that in the car somewhere. It's a good piece of metal. Yeah, look at that. There's a sock in there. Oh, there they are. Now I'm gonna put myself in harm's way for the rest of the day. I'm gonna have to be very careful. The easiest way to put sheet metal in is just in flat plates, but obviously the floor isn't flat. So what I'm doing is establishing a whole series of triangles. So it's kind of not origami, but it's something like that. Thought I was gonna do this setup with the jagged, burned out stuff, but I don't like it. I'm gonna put it something a little bit more conservative. So I'm gonna start by making a square tube frame that surrounds this license plate. Weld it on and spot weld like you have the arms, and it's done. It's clean and it looks good. Yeah, this is sweet. It's clean. It's right. It's not my greatest vision, but it's right for this.
How would you describe the dune buggy chick car?
That car is just, that car means so much to me, dude. It's, that car is, it's my favorite car. It's the best car I ever built. It's my favorite car in the whole world. I didn't expect that question. My ex-best friend, ex-girlfriend, she was a super rad artist, painter, sculptor. She said, well, why don't we make a flying dune buggy? I said, what? Yeah, like if Amelia Earhart met Tank Girl, and they got together and made a dune buggy, this is what it would be. A lot of workmanship, a lot of skill, but you know, it ain't cool. It just isn't. My father was working in this building doing construction. He got friendly with the janitor, and the janitor would give him cases of toilet paper and tampons, because that's, you know, all he could hook him up with. He was a janitor. So we always had all these boxes of tampons around, and I had to make these huge fiberglass shapes, and I didn't have enough material. So I mocked it up with some paper mache on the outside, and I took the tampons and threw them in the fiberglass. And they sucked full of this stuff, and I just laid them on. So it's kind of funny that it's a chick car, and it's made out of tampons, the whole rear end. Now this is a really big pizza box. Always order the extra large if you have to make any templates for a pickup truck bed. All in all, I think this is good for now. We'll trim it up later after we get all the folds put in it. This type of forming with the metal, it strengthens it. I'm designing so that it looks cool too, but it's mainly for strength because I want this lid to be able to hinge up and support itself. So these will really put a lot of strength in it. I guess again, back to the my car, their car thing. My car would have this.
How do you know when it's right?
I don't know that it's right. Call me in an hour. Maybe I'll just rip this thing and throw it in the garbage. This window frame, I made it from an original 39 Auburn windshield. I modified it to fit this car. I want to use these two cool old gauges. I don't know where they came from, but got oil pressure and water temperature. I don't know what this ashtray is from, but it's pretty cool looking. All right, that'll help you with your nicotine fix. And now for your alcohol fix, I think we'll install this fine bottle opener on the dashboard too. The police love to see that. I thought it would look cool to have the same kind of spot welded look like we did with the arms. A car, like any art piece, is an entity unto itself. You want to have a continuity. This is what's left of the original steering wheel. I don't know what year this came from, but obviously it's very old. It's just going to be too big. It's probably going to be up like that. It's here. Just change it around. I guess my favorite thing about the old tools is that it's not with mass production in mind. It's all about the handcrafting. So you get a lot of tools left over from industry that don't make money for people, so you can pick them up cheap. At first, I set up the steering column. I hooked up the original steering wheel, and it was too big. It didn't fit, so I just made a new hoop and made a smaller wheel. I mean, now that it's starting to look more like a car, I'm thinking about the paint, and of course I was originally going to go with like flat black with red accents, but after seeing the dashboard and how cool it looks, I think I want to see what this will look like when I shine it up. I guess the reason I'm considering making it all metal as opposed to painting it flat black is because it'll just more showcase what I do. It's like I don't pride myself in auto body or Bondo or paint. I pride myself in making stuff out of metal. Makes me think of like a sardine can or something. It's like it's cool. I think the rusty frame is enough. Paint the rest black. I can't decide where to put the shifter. I mean, originally I was gonna put it in the middle, big tall shifter. My other car has that. I've seen a lot of other people do it, but there's just no room in here. So I remembered I had this is an emergency brake for a Chevy truck, like a 66 or something. I think I want to make a jockey shift, a suicide shift for this car. So when you're driving, you're out of the car. You're like, it's really tough. Come on! Two, drive, neutral, reverse, park. Cool.
If we pick a certain era of a hot rod or a custom and the time frame of when that car might have been built, and then we just basically adhere to that year or group of years and build the car within those parameters.
My name's John Fisher, and I've been a chopper member for the full life of the club. And this is my 36 Ford. It's all done 40 style, kind of motorboat style. It's been chopped, 40 Ford fenders, and the taillights have been changed, and now they've been blended into the tail guards. And everything's been shaved. It was my initial design, and I kind of researched it. It has a 50 Ford Deluxe steering wheel. You know, it would be in primer, but I've kind of gone beyond primer and finally painted it. And I don't know, it just kind of snowballed. It was hard to stop doing stuff to it.
Kind of gives you a feel what it would have been like for a guy driving it, you know, in the 40s or the 50s or the 60s or whatever, depending on what car we're driving. You know, it's like a time machine in a lot of ways, I think.
We had these guys on here. I'm gonna save them maybe for one of my own cars, but we're gonna go traditional on this, or at least as traditional as I can muster. A lot of people talk about Ed Roth. They love his style, his aesthetic style, and he does stuff that nobody even understands, or he did stuff that nobody understands. So that's what I want to do. People understand this. They can relate. Hopefully they'll pay a lot of money for it so I can do what I really want. I've seen this car before somewhere. That's all I can say. I'm trying to create something that everyone likes, except me. I think it's so done, just like that. Yeah, I decided that these things suck. Change it. Follow me. I think aspiring to a traditional build absolutely holds me back. I like the look of it, but I'm not concerned with the year, make, manufacturer. I'm just looking for an aesthetic. And that's what I love about this kind of approach, is that you're not really bound by a $1 million paint job. You can change it every week if you want, and it still looks rad. I'm just gonna start painting it. It's gonna evolve into something fantastic. I thought it would look really cool if we left rust in a lot of spots and just put the only gloss paint on the whole car, which is high gloss clear, to just showcase all the old metal. I think that'll look really badass. The body was just too nice. I just You thought I forgot about those steel toes, didn't you? I didn't have a vent for it, you know? You need a little ventilation in there. I think they're perfect. I just knew it would come to me. I knew those toes were gonna be worth something, man. They were too cool to just throw out. My favorite thing is that you can take something that people will recognize and just warp it into something that they don't recognize.
That's my super project back there. Probably like in a year or so, I'm gonna start on that. It's a 50 olds. It's my 55. I had that up and running about probably 8 years ago now. One of my crazy buddies, Nacho, he had some wild idea to build a tiki head for some reason. He didn't know what to do with it, so we brought it over here. But it was one of those things like, you know, who knows what the hell we're doing here with this thing, you know? So this is the workshop. This is where all the cars get built out of here. Maybe 6 to 10 cars within the last 3 years.
This is where you built this car?
Yeah, this is where I built this car. The engine's a 57 392. The carburetion's 4 Webers. The frame I hand built. Only the front 2 feet are the original Model A frame, and the rest is 2x4 box tubing. 46 Ford steering column, 32 style dash. I chopped it 4 inches. It's got an old roll pan on the back from a 50s hot rod I found in an old man's garage. It was the only piece he saved from his high school hot rod that he had. We get our kicks off of trying to build it as traditional as we can, rather than just buying parts out of a catalog. We're just kind of bringing it back to the roots where it started.
Like an expectant father.
Nervous?
Yes, nervous.
Somebody squirted oil down the cylinder wall.
Oh yeah, filled it with oil. It's the sweet smell of success. I think the artist's struggle is finding out how he wants to express himself, so one day it was black, the next day it was silver. That's all I can say. I was moved to sand the entire car just to see, and I think I like this. I finished off the tailgate here. Just took the remaining piece from this after I cut it, welded it across here, and just put a little bar on the back for a handle. I got some hinges that were just laying around and put them in there. Put some reinforcements and then just sprayed it with undercoat. I'm gonna spray a clear with a little gold flake in it, so it's just a little more dramatic when the sun's on it. Oh, he's the guy with the gold car. Yeah, I saw that car out there. That's the gold one. You gotta go. It's almost time. You gotta go. After it was gold, I was horrified, so I sprayed it black in an effort to just make it fit. It looked like Liberace. It was so wrong.
The car club, the Shifters from Southern California, throw a car show every year. Their whole deal is a pre-63 car show, all traditional built rods and customs. There's thousands of people up here, hundreds of cars. They turned away 200 cars at the gate this morning that didn't fit the criteria. It's all about the traditionally built custom and hot rod.
Well, we made it. We pulled in last night. This place was already packed. I couldn't believe it. Met the road zombies from up north and saw the giant tiki, and these dudes saved us a spot to park as well. And I guess they dug the car. I guess I was really concerned with that and the whole build, making sure that the people who were into the traditional stuff respected what I did.
I think Ian's car is real awesome. You know, personally, I'm into the more traditional style cars, and his car is definitely along the lines of very traditional, the way it looks. Very artsy. He's done a lot of classy artwork with it as far as his welding and stuff like that, which is cool. You know, he's personalized it.
I was noticing the tie rod ends, how all the welds and stuff, all this like kind of little spot welds. It's cool. It looks like it came out pretty awesome.
And there's just thousands of people here right now that want to be involved. If every car looked the same here, I guess it would be pretty boring. So there's a smattering of all different types of cars. Painted cars, primer cars, rusted cars. I'm not gonna pick apart someone's car. I'm just gonna build my car the way I want to build it.
There's people here that don't have a car, but they're gonna have a car next year because they go, that's looks fun to me. So I'm gonna go search out and buy a car and start working on it.
You know, it's all about fun. There's no attitude here. You know, with us or any of these other people, everyone's here for a good time. You kind of come here by yourself and you leave with 20 new friends. It's really cool.